Hey, y'all. Winning Wednesdays. We are here, man. Hey, Ania, what's up, man? Hey, yo, you started us off early in the morning. Success sessions. You had that number one spot. How you get number one spot again for Winning Wednesdays? I see you, man. Hey, Keith, what's up? We miss you during the day. Where you at, man? You need to hang out with us during the day. It's some amazing things happening on Success Sessions. They said, at me at every account. I need to slow down. My life ain't but tomorrow ain't promised. Amen. Listen, you ain't never lied at all. Nah, keep going. This is the best feeling. Like when you motivated and when you inspired and when you want to get things done, like hold on to that because that don't always last. And sometimes you want to be looking for that feeling when things get rough. So hold on to that. Hey Naya, which Naya is this? Is this CEO Naya? What's up, babe? How you doing? Good to see you. Hey Cat Success Sessions. Hey Chaos Smoothies. Miss England.
What's up? How are you?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm good, y'all.
I need your energy today, huh?
Miss England, let me tell you something. We was on Success Sessions earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get to the very last one. You know, the last one is always Miss Caitlin with academic. Why she busts out and bless the heartbeat yo $700 on the spot just for showing up.
That was a blessing, y'all. I'm
Just
glad.
for
That's a
showing
blessing.
up, just for being consistent, yo. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, it don't get no better than that. Like people want to come, pour in wisdom, pour in knowledge, and then also bless you financially too.
You
Like,
can't beat that.
you can't beat that, yo. That's why I'm done fussing with people. Like, come to Success Sessions, and yo, I'm done, yo. If you ain't there, then you ain't there. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment, the witness where she just, yo, she just straight blessed everybody. Something she ain't had to do.
I'm proud. That's just a blessing. I don't even know what to say about that.
That's what I'm saying, y'all.
I ain't got nothing to say on that, you know?
That's what I'm saying, yo.
Yeah, that's what's up, though. That's what's up. I ain't got no words. I'm overwhelmed on that.
Right? Yo, that's what I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying. I'm overwhelmed on that because I'm just like, yo, like, this is
That
really
lets you know. Yeah, that's because people believe in a vision and they get it and they understand the importance of kids showing up. And it's hard for kids to show up academically. So when they show up academically, that's just a plus. So that's a blessing to those who received that today.
Absolutely, yo. And Chaos Smoothies, you know, she just the bomb all the way around. Like she just she everything. So that's not even a surprise. But our new baby, yo, Kamaya Success Sessions, Miss England, when you meet her, you're gonna love her, yo.
Oh, I love them all. You know that. I ain't got to meet them. I meet them virtually and I love them. That's a blessing. You know, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm still over here overwhelmed. Overwhelmed.
I know, it's amazing. And Cam just got me hooked up. I didn't know that she referred me. I'm thinking that they just know about my skills. They hit me up and asked me, could I host a talent show on Saturday? So I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. Hopkins.
Oh, that's amazing.
So they do a talent show. Free, easy money. I think first place is something like $100, then it's like $50, then it go down from there. But I'm like, shoot, I might throw in $100 just to
get the talent going.
Right, but she got me on there, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to bring out the speaker that rocked the whole block. Cause I be using my little baby speakers.
Just to hear the songs, yo. I might have to come and be a guest at your house for that one.
Right, yo, I be using my little baby speakers for Focus Friday. I'm like, oh, they want me to really do it. I might have to bring the big speakers out. We'll have all the neighbors on my door.
Yo, and I know the music will be rocking. I might have to come through for that.
Oh, you know I'm gonna be rocking. Like, what? You are ready.
Yes, that's gonna be amazing. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm excited. I like doing stuff like that. Hey,
I'm about
John,
to
good
say that's what you
evening.
love.
Yeah,
That's a blessing when you can do what you love, y'all. That's a blessing.
you are ready. I can't wait. And Miss England, shout out my man John too, because today is his first day like ever doing HeartSmiles anything. And
Wow.
he been on with us all day from
Oh
10 o'clock
yeah.
this morning all the way till now. He been on every day. When he said, "Oh, I'm gonna see y'all later on tonight," I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even believe him. I'm
Oh
like,
boy, he
yo, it
did.
ain't no possible way this dude about to be on here, barely on here. How you about to be on here? I'm barely on here. Hey, John, baby, I appreciate you. I'm about to bless you, man. $50 on the spot, just because it is so refreshing to see a young Black man go hard at chasing something positive. I got young Black men who are familiar with this, who aren't as dedicated, hasn't shown as much dedication as you have in this one day to this virtual situation. Drop your cash app, man. We about to do that.
I
$50
know that's right.
just because, yo. I'm sewing into you just because, yo.
That's a blessing. I know he over there grinning from ear to ear.
Yo, that's my man's, yo. He been doing, yo, I didn't believe him when he said he was coming back. Like, yo, I'm like, he ain't going nowhere. This man about to go to sleep. And here he is popping up, yo,
Wow.
like the little guacamole we saw this morning. He popping up. He here.
Yo, you funny, yo.
Yeah. Yo, I'm
Oh
for
my
real.
God.
Yo, and especially when one of our dudes, Rich, I think I was just complaining to you about it. He just coming home, he got locked up. You know how many times I told this boy to get on success sessions so you can get some of these opportunities, join these programs so you can, like, yo, people is making money from the comfort of their own home. Like, why are you not doing it? And then, you know,
He'll be calling later when the success show's over.
exactly. Oh, no, I declines his FaceTime calls. I declines them. You want FaceTime with me? Success session. I declines them and then answer his text right back when he be like, Miss Joni. I'll be like, yes. FaceTime, ignore. What you want? Like, yo, I'm not doing it, yo. I'm not doing it, yo. Like,
He gotta
no,
do better.
man.
He gotta do
Gotta
better.
do better, yo. And this is what I'm talking about as far as being an example for our young men. People say that our young men are lazy. They ain't never going to be nothing besides a criminal or a bum. Like, no, this right here show you it's some young men out here that want to do better for themselves and
Yes,
that's
it
willing
is.
to
It's a
work
whole
for it.
lot.
Yeah, and that's willing to work for it. Like, yo, this man done showed up all day long. I ain't never seen no boy do that. Now the girls, we a little superior anyway. The
Yeah, right.
girls, yeah, the
Yeah,
girls
you
be
know,
on it. But
just
yo,
saying.
just saying, y'all, sorry, y'all,
Just
sorry.
saying.
But yo, yes, I'm so
That's
proud of
what's up.
you, yo. I'm
I'm
so
proud of
proud
him
of you.
too. I'm proud of him too. That's what's up.
That's what we doing. Doing, taking
That's
care of
what
this right now. Bam. Yo, you should have that. That's in there. You done.
I know that's right.
You done. Yeah. That's what we doing.
I'm telling you, virtue has been something. You could just send money at the tip of your fingertips.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yo,
Like
I
in
love
10
it.
seconds.
I love
10
it.
seconds. So when somebody be like, I ain't got no money, you be like, oh, what's your cash at? That's how you know they really got some money.
Oh no, I'd
Usually
be
you can
like, I'm
say,
broke.
yeah, usually people say,
They
oh,
be
I left
like,
my phone home.
they ain't got no
That's
money.
my
Oh, dang, me neither. Or no, you know my line? My line is, that's crazy. That that means take me
my
completely
line
out of the
is I left my
situation.
car home. I don't have cash and I left my car home. So that's my line. So then kids be like, so what's your cash at? You be like,
No, I turn my cash app thing off. People can't find me, request me, nothing, yo.
you can do that?
Yes, I had Miss England. When I tell you I had requests $5 here, $25
Me
there.
too. My
I had
kids
like
was
300
doing that.
requests, yo. I turned that thing off. I said,
I ain't know you could do that. I'm glad
I
you
turned
told me
mine
because
off.
kids come out of nowhere and be like $2. I like, first of all, when you get is like $1.75. What are you doing with that?
Yeah. No, we not about to do none of that. First of all, I'm not paying no bond. I don't care if it's 50 cents. No. No, this ain't no handout. Like, yo, work for it. Do your part first.
I'm telling you, they don't mind asking though. I'm telling you, I never seen them.
Yeah, no shame. No shame. Be the worst one.
If they cash out somebody requesting some money, I would have went off. Like, that's something you just don't do.
Exactly.
I don't play that. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I ain't with it. Yo, George said I didn't have to do that, baby. I know I ain't had to do that. I want to do that. It is mandatory that you bless other people when you are blessed. And I am blessed, blessed for real, for real. So it is mandatory that you bless other people. And the fact that you really showed up when you didn't have to, you could have been doing anything else all day, but you spent
And
your
it's a nice
time learning and growing. Yeah, and being a part, like not just sitting back watching, but the man been in the comments like all day, interacting with other people, all this. Like, no.
And it's a nice day. You gotta make that accountable. I know people who don't go to work on nice days.
Exactly. Yo, exactly.
And don't let that taxes come in too at the same time. They ain't coming in for a couple of days, you know? So that's good habits. Keep that up.
Right, exactly, man. But look, that's half the battle. That's what I be saying all the time. Half the battle is just showing up and being consistent. And it's so hard to be consistent, especially when you can't see the blessing with your eyes and you know, you kind of anxious, you got things going on. And it's like, man, it's hard to keep coming and coming and coming. But trust and believe that thing always come on time.
Yeah, and it's payoff. You know, you just building up your blessings and then you'll cash out one day. That's it.
Absolutely.
That's it. You cash out one day. People don't understand that. You got to put the time in first. You can't get nothing for nothing.
Absolutely, man. I was just telling Coach Johnson group, because you know he teach an entrepreneurship class every Wednesday, and I'm on that class with him, just backing him up. But he teach it, and we were talking about just this idea of like money and being a business owner and self-care and all that stuff like that. And I told him, I'm like, I don't mind giving money that I earn to young folks who are invested in themselves. But I'm like, my self-care about to be these $400 sneakers I'm about to invest in for me.
What kind of sneakers you getting at $400?
For
I just want to know what kind of those.
You know, I got a bunch of those, but they these infrared Jordans.
Oh,
And
they don't know
they
nothing about
my
that.
yeah, they my colors. You know, I do the red, black, and white.
Right. I don't
Yeah,
know nothing about that.
and they like 4. So I'm like, sheesh, I'm going to go ahead and spend it. I don't do that like every week or nothing like
But if
that.
you do, I think you
That's
work
part of my
hard for it.
self-care.
Yeah, that's a part of your self-care. I get it. Believe me, I get it.
You know
You
what?
got to take care of yourself.
Because you got me so pumped. I'm about to show you one that's like the one I'm about to get so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think you deserve it though. Like, who works this hard and don't get nothing for that stuff? They be a damn fool. I mean, a damn fool.
You ain't
Giving
lying.
everything, and then you sitting there and you ain't getting nothing for yourself. Nothing.
Exactly.
That's not self-care.
Right? I gotta show you. You got me too pumped. Hold on real quick, Miss England.
Go ahead. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I see these shoes she talking about, y'all. I see what she talking about. I think everybody's self-care is different. And I love to see when people give their all and then they actually happy to give something to themselves. It's amazing.
You got me
Okay.
too pumped, Miss England.
Yeah, I think you should.
You got me. See the phone. Let me show you. So, so
Oh
these the
yeah,
black
I
ones.
like. Yeah, okay. So I seen them and I was like, they nice, but I couldn't afford them. But they
Now
nice.
let me show you the white one. Hey, yo, you go.
You know, it was either that or get my debt fixed. And I was like, I think I'm gonna get the debt fixed.
Now
Oh
these are,
yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I think you deserve them, yo.
yeah. Now the ones I'm about to get, flip the white with the black, and then just gray.
Oh yeah, they're
A
gonna be
little bit
tired.
of red. Yeah.
You deserve it, man. I mean, like, who works this hard and don't do nothing for themselves? That's why some people be miserable and irritable because they're not doing anything.
Yeah,
Don't
I know.
feel bad.
That's the only thing I treat myself to. I wear the same t-shirt, same little sweatpants, all that every day. But my shoes,
Don't
you're gonna
feel
do something.
guilty for treating yourself either.
No, I don't. Not anymore. I used to. I ain't even gonna lie. When
Me
I
too.
first started, I didn't. And part of that was because I was on a severe budget, just starting a business and getting myself up and going. But then another part, as I started to grow, and when I really could afford it, I was just like, nah, I would rather invest that in young people. But like now, like the past like year or so, I'm like, I really have to take care of myself so that I can feel good, do things that make me happy and all that. And that just motivate me even more to help young people reach their level of success. Cause I'm like, yo, if somebody like me who never even walked across the high school stage can own successful businesses and do things and help other people too, then you can too. Like you can be successful too. Like it ain't
And it's the
always
energy that comes with it when you put them Jordans on. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, I made it to a level where now I'm learning how to make sure my business is great, but also love me in a different way.
exactly.
And it's the energy that comes with that. Yeah, I get it. I
Exactly.
get
Yo,
that.
and Cam hit it too. My crabs and my steaks. Yo, I do that on the weekends now too.
Oh
Like that's
yeah.
my little self-care.
Yeah, my crabs too. Yeah, I know. I'm
That's my
learning. I had
stuff,
to watch it back.
right? Hey, Ty on here. Hey, Ty, we miss you, girl. We ain't seen you.
Yes, Ty. I'm glad
Hey,
you made it,
Booski.
beautiful. Yes.
Man, I know. I did say I want a successful business. You won't get it. You in the right place.
Yeah, you will. It just takes time. You know what I mean? Everybody got to go through. It takes time. It takes time. And you definitely have to put some things on the side. And at the same time, you have to understand what skills you value to move that business. A lot of times we look at other skills that people ain't really looking for or the business don't need. And we over, like, how can I say, we overtake those skills. It's like, I value the fact that I make everybody laugh. But if you're not a comedian, what they got to do with anything? Like, you don't
That
need to tell everybody about that. Let's talk about the skills of, like Case Movie. Like, I love to cook. Like, tell me about that. What's up with that? Like, how do you do that? I don't care about you laughing because that's not your business.
exactly.
You
Yo,
know,
Cam about to give me 2 pumped, yo. She just said we need a sneaker session from you. Y'all are not ready.
yeah,
Yo,
I
they
ain't
think
ready.
little old Miss Joni ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't ready. Ha! Hey, yo, what?
Look, I can't be on that one. I got a couple, but I can't be, I gotta be honest. You gotta know your limits. My limit. It's not me.
Hey, yo, you is crazy. They need the
Yeah.
full body on success sessions, man. Y'all is crazy. And Cat said tomorrow, multiple incomes. Yeah, I guess we probably should talk about multiple incomes tomorrow.
I
Like that's
think
an
so
important
too.
topic. Yeah, that's an
Mm-hmm.
important topic. Yeah.
Yeah. We definitely and send me some topics for next week so I know what I need to focus on as well. Like, put that in the comments. Send me some topics.
Yeah, they can hear you. Y'all heard Miss
And
England?
send
She
me
said send us some topics.
for next week so we can get the road, because the day is real simple about just yourself. Like, I'm glad Joni started off about the self-care, and how she enjoyed who she is and how she got there. But the day is just about ourselves. We putting everybody to the side today and we just want to focus on just us, like who you are, your concept with like, what do that looks like for you, your self-image, how do we value who we are and how do we show up? I always talk about how we show up, but I always look at the outside. We never think about how do we show up mentally. And we talk about that sometimes, but today is really just about self. And I'm glad, and I'll talk to y'all later of why I'm glad I did this for me. And I'll tell y'all when I get to that point. But it really, at times with self, and we'll talk about this later, how you might don't feel like it. You might, you mentally might don't feel like it. You might don't want to do things, but you got to keep it going because it's something that's an energy in the air that if you don't put it out into the world, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then it will block other things that you can't say. As Joni said, as you come in a success session, you build and build and build, and one day you cash out. But that day you don't come and you don't build, you might not see what's going on in the virtual and what you can't see, but it's blocking something that's telling you, no, you can't get past this, and we have to fight that.
Exactly. Yo, I love it. And then got an interesting comment. She said, I pray, but honestly, I don't think me having a business, I think it's me playing for people. I'm an old person though. I see myself as a youth, but at the same time, I don't.
So to say that one more time, Joni, so I make sure I understand.
All right, and I'm gonna read the other part too, because it's deep. She said, I pray, but honestly, I don't think me having a business, I think it's me playing for people. I'm an old person though. I see myself as a youth, but at the same time, I don't. And then she put, in public, I seem cool mentally, but I feel trapped. And that's every day.
Girl, I understand that personally. Where you feel like you pray for everybody, you help everybody, you push everybody along, and you the person that comes to, everybody comes to get their business moving, get their personal life moving, but in your own self and outside, you look beautiful. Like, for beautiful, what I mean, people look at you and cling to you based off of your soul, the beautifulness of your soul, your wisdom. And but inside, you just like, now what about me? Where do I supposed to go next? Do I supposed to have my own business? Do I supposed to help this person grow their business? Do I supposed to be with this person? It's like all of these things, but it's okay. I just want you to know it's okay. It's a process of the mental and your soul, and all of this trying to do right now is just align. And for your soul and your mental to align, you have to go through these processes. And one of those processes is exactly what you're going through right now. I'm feeling trapped, but no, it's not really a trap. It's now to see, why do you feel trapped, and start writing those things down. Like, okay, why do I feel trapped? Why do I feel like I have to support other people? Why I don't think that I may not have a business? So it's the processing time for you to start processing. Sometimes these elements in life may be long term. For some, you might be in a process time for a year. You might be for 30 days. And you can never know when the process time is right for you to start, because once you out of that process time to start thinking about these questions and pushing these answers on yourself, because nobody could do it before you. Believe me, I actually know. I went through this. You have to start thinking of now, how do you move away from what's aligned to you and your soul, and what is aligned? So if I do need to have a business, how do I stay steady to focus on my business and still support those that are aligned to me? If it's not that I'm supposed to support somebody else and help them business grow or to bring my wisdom, how is that aligned to my future 5 years from now? Like, is that person going to endorse me when I do start my business and say I did business with them? You have to think strategically of how you're moving, because what I have learned, that when we just have these thoughts and have these thoughts, it just be more thoughts that's negative, and there's never a time to process the whole thing out and process these negative thoughts and try to replace them with positive thoughts to say, I'm not trapped. I'm just at a point of I'm trying to figure it out. Here it is, and we even got me some large papers at one time and used to write down on the wall, like, here's my process. Like, why do I feel as I'm trapped? What do I need to move to the next level so I can feel in line in who I am. So I don't want you to feel like this is a bad thing. I mean, the fact that you're praying and you're trying to figure out, it's just your soul and your alignment of purpose is trying to align together so you can be amazing at what your gift is and how you implement that gift on earth, if that makes sense.
Oh, that definitely makes sense, Miss England. And you're getting a lot of great feedback. Hardcore said the journey of loving yourself and finding yourself. And Kamaya Success Session said self-care can mean different things in different contexts. Self-care could be journaling, it could be putting on a face mask or taking a bath. It can mean different things. You do what's best for you in the moment. And John says self-care means doing exactly what can make you happy, what makes you, in capital letters. And then he said, don't mind what other people think about whatever decisions you make or things that you do. Yeah, Nia, we here for you. Nia said, man, y'all making me cry, and I don't even like crying.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
baby, I
That's
feel you.
good for the soul. And I'm only reason why I be passionate about these subjects we talk about, because most of the time I either going through it or I've been through it. And when we talk about self-care, one thing I did today that I try not to do was, when you have self-care, like when we are dealing with what's going on right now, right, it could be overwhelming for the parent, the child, everybody in the house, because one, you got young people that's used to being outside. Then you have a mom that's trying to struggle work, and her child getting to school and all of that. And then, you know, sometimes we just moving. So it could be y'all just always, let me just get up no success sessions, not taking the time before you get up just to get myself together. Let me just breathe. Let me read this scripture. Let me read this motivation thing or whatever you do. And we just rolling off of fumes. And then even when we lay down, we may be rolling off of fumes. And we may be taking care of ourselves when it looks like we resting or we are getting that quiet place. But what I realized for me today was that I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden overwhelming just came over me. It was just like, I got stuck. And this happened probably about 2:00, between 2 and 4. And I was just sitting there and I was like, I don't want to tell and this is how your mind can really work with you. Because it's like, I don't want to tell nobody I'm overwhelmed, because then I might look needy. Because then it's like, oh, no, now mommy need me to do this. Or, you know, now my friend got something going on. I didn't want to do that. That was my mom was saying that. But then my other mom was like, but you know, you got to get ready for Winning Wednesday. And how you going to do that if you now feel like, I don't want to say it was anxiety attack, because I don't want to take that literally, because my daughter experienced that. So I don't want to say that. It was just a time that I felt like doing nothing, y'all. It's like a depression just came like boom. And I was just sitting here and I was just like, okay, and I'm going to breathe. And what I done was, and what I find that was effective to me was, I text people like that's my children right now and say, you know what, I need a moment. I just need a moment. And I didn't tell them this sort of say, let me get up and start cooking for my sister, or let me do this. It wasn't that. It was just, let me tell the people that I love right now that's in my space, I don't know what's just happening. I don't know what's going on, but I just got overwhelmed. Not saying I wanted you to react, but I just need you to know, if I do something or say something that offends you, it's coming out of me being overwhelmed. Or if I do something that you like, why did mommy just walk off like that? Like,
that's why you hit me this morning.
Yeah, this was 2 to 4 anyway, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good. You know, but I had to get through it, because one thing I teach my children, and they have to be an example, is I don't care what happened. If you decide to show up and be there, you have to be there at your best self. And so I had to learn, I had to get myself together and say, all right, I know I got this session. I got to show up for my babies. But you know what? And I sat and I just went upstairs. I was like, mommy, you know, go ahead for a minute. And I went upstairs in the bathroom. I got in the shower and I looked in the mirror and I said, you know what? I'm going to just tell them what I just went through.
Wow.
I had a whole PowerPoint, but it's like, I need to let them know that it's not just you. You know, everybody goes do this. And it was like, wow, like I have to just explain that when you start talking about self-care, and one thing I had to learn too, that you may need to have people in your circle that you're okay with and you can trust to say, yo, I'm a little overwhelmed right now, where you know it's no judgment, it's no attention, like, oh, she needs some attention, here she come. It's just, man, my friend or my mom just need me just to just be silent or just listen, or maybe she just need her time, right? And I think we have to learn who is in our circle that we could do that with. Because my mind was saying, was I was texting my children, was like, why are you putting this burden on them? Like, why you letting them know this? But I still did it. And it took me a while to hit send. But when I hit send, I felt the level of relief. But at the same time, I also knew that my children was going to start feeling anxiety. Like, now, what can I do with mommy? So now after this session, I need to talk to them. I was like, it's nothing y'all could do. You did exactly what I need you to do. Just understand that mommy needs space. Because we running off of, some of us are running off of fuels, and I didn't realize that. I get up every morning at 8 o'clock. I get on, started working. I got to do what I got to do. I'm trying to get my stomach in shape, so I'm trying to do my little sit-ups here and there. You know what I mean? Then you got baby girl that got to be on the call with her peoples, and then got to get her together. Then you got, grandma asking what the hell going on every 5 seconds. Then you got food you got to cook for the family and all this, and then I got to do this every day. Mind you, some of us haven't really been outside. You know what I mean? It just been the routine every day. And if I do sneak out, it's, oh, I'm coming right back. It's not nothing long. And I realized today was like, okay, it's getting overwhelming. I gotta come up with a plan. I gotta figure this out, because one thing I realized that I'm really proud of me in this situation, that I love myself to stop. The old me would have kept on going, made a PowerPoint, made it whatever, came up here, put the face on, had the conversation about the PowerPoint, and would not even acknowledge it, and would the same thing tomorrow, still running off of fumes. And then 2 months from now, I'd have been sitting somewhere by myself in tears, depressed. So me stopping it let me know that I'm growing in how much, I'm sorry, what happened? Me stopping it let me know how much I'm growing with myself, and how much more that I'm valuing who I am, and valuing and loving me altogether. That I felt it was like, Chanel, you need support. Send a text. Let them know, not support, but you just need to let them know, So I'm learning that. And so we have to understand that it doesn't stop when you get out of high school. It doesn't stop when you have a family and you doing a million things. It doesn't stop. The life of the process of knowing who you are and understanding your soul, and it's an everyday thing. So don't never feel like you're trapped, or it's just the voice is just telling these things. Because it was at one voice was like, man, just shut the whole thing down. Tell Jonah you can't do it. And I was like, no, I was going back and forth in my head, because it's like, can't do that. You know what I mean? It's something about these Wednesdays, something always sneak in where I had to shut my head down and was like, no, I can't do that, right? It's even my allergies messing up really bad. It's something about that I know that these Wednesdays is more about just winning Wednesdays. It's filling people's souls, and the people are getting to their purpose. And I understand that shift comes to me in negative energy for things before this, because it's understanding that when the energy comes out, people may be saved. And when I'm not saying in a save where we just going to church, I'm talking about like get the aha moment, like, oh, I know my gift. Oh, I'm connected to my soul. Oh, I know I got to do this. Oh, let me get up for a minute. Let me get on this. Like, so I get it. And that's what we have to understand too. When you know your gifts and you understand how powerful they are, you'll start recognizing the distractions that will come that you can't even see, that we mentally have to fight. And today I had to fight, y'all. And this was not just for you. It was for me as well, to sit here and really like do this. I was like, you know what? I'm going to fight it through. I'm sorry. Somebody keeps calling me. I'm sorry. Somebody keep calling me. But it's like,
that's real, Miss Angel.
Oh, I'm always going to be.
That's real. And we never even would have known if you wouldn't have shared. We would have just thought it was just a regular old Wednesday. You was coming up, got your PowerPoint, get ready to do your thing, and that's it. Like, that's real. And that's part of the reason too, like why I get up so early so I can have some of that self-care because my days are long. Like I'm literally online in this chair on this computer all day from like 10 o'clock in the morning until most days like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And on Fridays, even longer than that because Focus Friday's been running over lately. But I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So that way I got, like my 4 or 5 hours to where so I can take my time. I can take my time and work out. I can take my time taking my shower. I can take my time eating my breakfast. I can take my time listening to my book if that's what I want to do, whatever it is. But yeah, that self-care piece is absolutely tremendous. I couldn't imagine just waking up, not having no time to myself, and then having to jump on and do this like all day long. Not that I don't love it because I do, but it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot harder than what most people think.
It is, and that time gives you, it calms your spirit. So what I mean by that, you have that peace to be able to engage all of your energy and engage everything you can because you took time along with the spirit. And usually what I find sometimes, I'll get up, I read my scripture, but then I might rush through that, you know what I mean? And then I'm straight, let me go get in the shower, let me hurry up and hit downstairs. So, I'm learning now, this right here is my point, that I have to learn that the mornings I have to do better and taking my time before I get on because I do good when it's time to log off. Believe me, I'm off and don't bother me, right? But it's something about before that I didn't realize and now that I need because my mind is always going. And John, you know how I am. Like I might not say nothing, but I might watch stuff on the scenes behind the scenes, and I'm giving my friends a call like, "Yo, I need y'all to fix that," And my mind is moving all the time, and I don't know how to really shut it down. But then today, there was like nothing really happened major. I did what I always do. And then on the phone with Kurt, he didn't even notice it. Like on the phone with Kurt, trying to get the platform together about how we're going to move things on certain platforms for socially. And he talking about so much stuff. And I noticed my mind would just went somewhere else. And I was just like, Kurt, all right, I'll talk to you later. And then I realized like, okay, my attention span is going. I'm not paying attention. I'm not being productive. It's just, I'm just showing up. And that's not who I am because I understand that me just showing up doesn't do nothing for my community. I know my worth, my gift, and everything. So I have to come in with my mind in peace because I might can't see it, but I got thousands of people behind me looking for that information and waiting for me to move things and move systems. So I can't just show up. I got to be productive. I got to take notes. And that today, it was just a lot. And I don't understand where it came from, but that just shows you guys that you got to talk back. You got to respond to those negative things as soon as they hit you. Because if I didn't, I'd have been keep running on fools and I would have just been keep going. And then y'all be like, wait, Miss England, she been gone for 2 weeks. Like we haven't seen her. And I'd be somewhere depressed. But see what I did, I stopped it before we got to the depression, right? I stopped it right there. I reached out to my people that I know, my children. I reached out to my oldest too. I'm talking about it like immediately to basically to people that I love to say, y'all, it can happen. And I stopped it because now that I have talked about it, I showed you what I done, how I got through it. So now I'm helping other people how to heal through this. So it stopped that what was coming in the path in the future I couldn't see, that depression, it just cut it at the bottom of his head. It just cut it. Because now it's like, oh, now we got to give her another distraction because she learns how to get through that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. New level, new devil.
Exactly.
I already know it. And I'm loving the heartbeats, man. They giving all kind of support to Nia. And I think Stinker starting up a group chat for them to just support each other. Like that's
Oh,
amazing.
that's
So
amazing.
a lot of
Yeah.
positive comments and stuff, y'all. Proud of y'all.
Yeah, I'm proud of y'all too, because, it's a lot for us to be people that Black people down, with how we live in, especially in Baltimore. I don't care where you at now, even as a Black boy, a young boy at this time, it's hard. And we have been used to, from slavery, just keeping things in and just taking it and taking it. They was getting beatings and abused and molested for years, and they had to walk around still like nothing happened. And sometimes in generation, we keep that. And what I'm learning now is it's okay to say, I need a minute. It's okay to say I might have failed that part, but I'm gonna do better next time. It's okay to look at yourself if you don't look like the people on TV, to say I look good and I'm beautiful. It's okay to be able to stand up and not give yourself away to somebody just because you want to stay relevant. It's okay. But because we're not used to standing up and doing these things, we just sit quiet and die in silence. And when we really want to be that person that we know that we can be great in, we hide that person because we look at what society looks at, or what they look at as great, or what they look at as acceptable. And a lot of times that's when our gifts just go away, because our authentic self builds the gift. And I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired of trying to look like somebody else and head down my butt. I'm tired.
Yo, I don't even get that, Miss A. Why do people do that, y'all?
It's the self-image, because when you look at it, you see, like an average girl that usually walk down the street and she's confident and she has a certain aura. It's sad what I'm about to say, but I say it because I had to have a conversation with my guy friends about me all the time. Like, I would go out with my girlfriends and they don't, I'm just saying, they just look a little different for me. Like, when I learned to start loving myself, I be who I want to be. And, they might have things on that might show a little bit more, or, they might have the latest hair down to their butt or whatever. And I would notice that I wouldn't get hollers at all. And I'm like, I know I'm cute, like, what's that about? And so I had a conversation with my guy friend. I had to ask like 3 or 4 because I just thought he was playing. And he said, yo, your aura. And I said, what do that mean? He was like, your energy. And I said, is it bad? He was like, no, it's just too powerful. People don't, men, when they out, they don't want to be with somebody, because then they got to start thinking about their insecurities walking up to you, because you already bring up an aura like, I ain't got time for your bull stuff. So they got to figure out how to have a conversation to everybody else, or it's like, oh yeah, I can make her feel, I know where her insecurity is, so I can make her feel good and I can get what I want. But with you is like, yo, we got to come correct. And I thought it was just something that he said, but then talking to other people, I'm like, I get it. And then it's like, so I'm getting punished, not punished, but it's like nobody's not trying to date me because of my oral. But then it's like, yo, he said to me, he said, Chanel, it's never been your looks. You're a beautiful person. But one thing about the way you carry yourself and your swag, people know not to play with you in certain things. And there's a lot of games that people like to play. And with you, we know we ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah.
Unless we come correct. You know what I mean? And people ain't got time to come correct. Because when we realize you're not needy, and if a needy woman is different with a needy woman. And just funny, I just told De'Ara this the other day, like I had a conversation with the guy, and he was like, I don't even know how to really date you because you don't ever ask me for nothing. I'm used to girls talking, can I get my bills paid? And I was like, really? They asked that? So I had to realize that, yes, I would like, people to engage and not think of that, but that's just who I am. So I'm not changing that. Oh God, I'm not changing that. But what I had to realize that I'm just unique. And my alignment will come. It is going to be attracted, and it's not going to worry about the insecurities or whatever it have with them. Because the whole thing is they looking at me like that, I have insecurities in myself. So they thinking I'm walking in and I got it all together, and the whole time I'm sitting there with my own insecurities. So, I think that life has betrayed us to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to engage a certain type of population or people to be accepted. And a lot of us are willing, or say, you know what, maybe I need to do that. And then what I realized for me is I'm moving in my womanhood, is that just being myself got me more attention than anything. Not even I'm talking about attention from men, but just align me with people that loves me for who I am.
Yo, I know that's right. I know that's right.
Just being me. So be yourself. Don't be afraid to say when you're going through. Don't be afraid to say it's overwhelming. Give me a minute. You know what I mean? It's okay. Like nobody's not judging you. And the fact that this world is judgmental, and that's what hurt me the most. Everybody got something to say about somebody. We don't know people's stories or why they make the decisions that they make. But what we can do is be supportive. You know, like that's all we can do. Everybody has their own thing that's going on. Like, who am I to judge of what this person doing, how they doing it, and when they doing it? All I could do is when they come to me is give them support and try to guide them into best practice and healthy behaviors. But we got to work on our own stuff first, because what I realized, people be watching. Yeah. And they don't say nothing, but they watch. And I learned this from my best friend that she watched me for years. We came from the same hood, do everything. And everybody else just thought, oh, Chanel moved from the hood. Oh, she thinks she this or she this, she that. She stood with me the whole time. Never, she just watched in silence. And one day she looked at me and she said, yo, I see a difference in you. Mm. Like, I see you grow. I see you growing your insecurities. And I never thought she was even paying attention. You know what I mean? So she started taking things that I say and just starting to apply to her life. And then I was like, wow, you never know who's watching. So I would be a big hypocrite to come in front of people and knowing I'm overwhelmed and knowing I'm going through things, and we call each other family, and I can't express that and say, here's this PowerPoint I got for you guys. I couldn't do it, so that's where we at.
Yo, Nia said you were definitely telling her story. And John had a lot of great comments. Kamaya's Success Session had a lot of great comments too. John said, Ms. Joni, that's an image that other people around you put you in. Their intimidation makes you want to change any aspect of yourself to blend in. And Kamaya's Success Session said, your personality shines through. One thing I've been talking to people about who feel the same, need to change their appearance for others. I've been telling them it's a confidence thing. And part of me feels like I should try and get through to them. But I feel people will actually put in the work for change if they really want it. And John said it all boils down to self-worth. Know that, be in that, believe in that, represent that. It changes the world's image of you. Yeah.
And don't downplay your self-worth. You know what I mean? I found myself doing that too, downplaying, because you didn't want people to look at you like, oh, here she go again, another degree. Or here she go again, showing another panel. You know what I mean? And so I found myself not really putting myself out there because I didn't want people to think I was doing too much. And so I found myself down and playing my self-worth. And then as I start work, getting with people that was like, yo, like, even when I met you, Joni, you know how I mean, you would tell you like, why is you still right here? Like, when you have people that love you and see it and be like pushing you, then I started doing some evaluation on me. And I was like, you know what? Like, I have people that, I mean, it's so funny. Like, I was just so happy. Like, somebody asked me a while ago, like, Ma, they was like, can you help me with this cover letter and whatever. And I was like, oh, I got you. And they texted me today and was like, I got the job. And they was like, I feel so great. And it was like, those things are my moment, right? But at the same time, I'm in the back. Right? Like, I could have did something and wrote my own stuff and got a job, right? But I always think about, sometimes I devalue myself when it comes to me, but when it's come to pushing other people to greatness, I'm right behind the scenes and I'm gonna push you and I'm gonna push you and I'm gonna push you. But when it gets to me, I'm learning that I feel like I don't want to brag. But then I gotta brag because it's like, yo, do you understand, what you have? But sometimes the voices, that's why I say you gotta get comfortable with talking back to voices, because you will be stuck. Like the young lady said, she felt trapped. I get it, because it comes up sometimes like, all right, well, maybe I shouldn't say, or maybe I shouldn't do. And I was proud of myself today. Like, somebody called me, asked me to do a training, and then I was like, fine. And we cool. And we had a good conversation. And then after the conversation, I was like, so do I get paid? And they was shocked because I never asked that. So they was like, oh, yeah. And I said, okay, well, thank you. They was like, well, wow. I don't get my money, but that wasn't my problem. Like, when I expect the check. because I'm learning, you know what I mean? I'm learning my self-worth. I can't give you my stuff for free anymore. I'm learning that. And I used to devalue that and just give people everything. And now I'm learning I can't do that no more. So don't, don't devalue your gift.
I feel you, man. Cam says she hate bragging. I hate bragging too, but you know what? People like us ain't even really gotta brag because our work speaks for
Speak for
itself.
us. Yeah.
And like I'm like, Miss England, can I get one of your letters behind your name? I ain't got no letter. I ain't got no certification. Like I'm completely not qualified to do what I'm doing, but I always tell people like
no, you are qualified.
I'm qualified by the Most High. That's
right.
it.
That's right.
Because if you looked at my resume, you'd be like, what is this child doing and why is she doing it? But like, nah, I'm qualified by the Most High, and
But that's
it.
the design and the alignment. It's like when you figure out your alignment, it didn't matter to you. It didn't matter like how do you have to go. And I commend that, because for me it was like, you always say without a degree you can't be nothing. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. And so my thing was, I'm gonna just get a degree because I need to get to the next level for financial reason. But didn't know in my journeys of getting these degrees was I was really learning who I was behind every degree. I went to school psychology and human services, and then I was learning me. And then when I went to school for HR, I was learning how I was being handled because I wanted to know how policies work. So I didn't realize God was like, since you want to get a degree, I'm gonna show you how it applies to who you are. And then I had to figure out strategically where do I go after that. But I'm happy that you was able to do it early on and understand your alignment and then put that together where then now you are behind a business that everybody in the country wants to know how you do
it. Man, Miss England. You doing too much fire for me. And John had an important comment. He said, don't change your motivation to help someone, even if they end up winning before you do.
Yes, John, I didn't seen it 20 times in my life.
Yo,
it can be so encouraging sometimes when you can help people and you be like, oh my goodness. It can be, but then what I realized for me, seeing that the people I help win is people I truly love. I do understand too, though, that some of them were users, and it's okay. I'm learning how to get past that. When you see the ones that you help win and love, it's a different feeling, because it's like, wow. So I know, again, when we go back to when you get to a certain place, you can go back to them, and they are people that got credibility on loyalty, not just their business, but just their name. When you can say, you know what, I helped them, and people be like, oh, you helped them? That name alone just bring power on what you about to birth. Because it's like, oh, you did that? Now, some names I don't even want to say that I helped, that I wouldn't want those pieces of, because their loyalty and how they carry themselves is different, right? But those that got loyalty and their business is growing, I'm telling you, but I feel you. It's just the human nature, because it's like, I help this person and they group as me. I help this person and they done that. And it's like, yeah, but you have to understand, everybody, we are connected as humans, and as we cannot do anything alone. Like even Jesus, he had to get people to help him out. It's nothing we could do alone. We have to get a community together to do this. And you have to understand, it's just not even business. Even if you move in a different level of help, and so say you had somebody that was your mentor for years, and I experienced this too. They was my mentors for years, and I was good as their mentee until I reached a certain level with expertise and knowledge. It was like, oh, now they felt like I was their competition. And I was like, no, we cool. I'm not your competition. I'm still Chanel. Like nothing changed. You assume something changed because you realize now that I'm powerful. And I ain't realized that yet. So you changed on me because you got scared that I was coming for your spot, but I really wasn't. So you got to watch out for those too when we talk about intimidation, because they the one that will protect their self at all costs. That means making you look like a fool, making your name bad. But one thing that I could always say, I've been through some stuff when it comes to business and in these streets. But one thing they could always say about Chanel compassionate, she love young people, she love people, and she loyal. You ain't gotta hear about nothing else. They might say she cuss you out here and there, but make sure you keep those attributes about who you are no matter where you go, because it stands. You never want somebody to say, oh, she switch ups. You know, you don't
Yeah.
want that. Keep who you are, because people will make you, I don't care, you can stand like this. People will push you and push you, push you, push you, push you, push you, but you still gotta stand, because at the end of the day, you fulfilling a purpose on earth that help others. And it's not even about you. So we have to always
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Absolutely. I'm gonna read some of these comments, and you got an important question from Nia. We only got like a few more minutes, but
Dang.
yeah, this conversation is giving me all of life, and like that's why I purposefully pour into young people, because I want them to grow past me. Like
Exactly.
if I invested in you and you didn't at least get to my level, then I haven't done my job. I need you to get to my level and past my level, because I waited until I was old to do this. I don't need y'all
Exactly.
waiting. I need y'all doing it now. So that's where
Yeah, I
I'm at
need
with
you
it.
to work me out of a job. I need you to take my position. That's how I think.
Exactly, right?
I
That's where
need you
we
to be
at.
like, Ms. Zing, I need you to come back and visit. When?
Right?
I can do that.
Exactly. But some of these comments, and then Ania's important question. Kamaya Succession said, that's why a lot of people, I do things differently and I keep things private. I think privacy is scarce in this generation. Like our generation is too busy missing opportunities for recognition from a group of people who don't care about them. Woo!
I agree.
And
I
yeah,
agree.
and John said privacy is scarce because people feel the need to put what they do out there or to bring other people down. It's a national problem, but it starts with people like us who actually want to change. And
Yep.
Anaya's question is, how do you know the difference between being loved and being used? Wow.
Now, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I realize I've been used so many times. Used for opportunities, used for reference, used to just get my network. Um, it sometimes you just don't know. Some people, I'm not gonna lie to you, some people can play the mess for a long time. I realized that I always say, you know, God show me who's aligned to me. Because what I realized that what I realized that some people use, and I tell my children this all the time, it's just in their nature, right? And I hate to say that. And what I mean by that is based off of they used to being or living in a culture where they always got to figure out how to get things done, right? So when we grew up in the hood, it was like, all right, I got to figure out, my mom get high, all right, how I'm gonna get this food on my table, right? So they was always in a nature of always trying to figure things out. And to figure things out sometimes could be, oh, let me get this from so-and-so. Let me be kind to her so I can get this couple of dollars. And then it just start becoming a part of our behavior. And we don't even know that we're using people. We're just thinking that we figuring things out. But most of the time we are using. So now what I can say is just watch people's actions. Watch how they actions. And some of them, it's sad to say, they don't even know that they are using you because they've been doing it for so long, right? And sometimes you can't take it personal because you don't know why they have to do it for so long to be a user. So what I realize is that I'm gonna be honest, Naya. I give my everybody 100% when you meet me. You get 100. Now, when I start seeing you dropping down 2 points, 98, because you did something, and you going down, then I'm starting to realize, let me watch this one because I think I'm about to cut you off.
Yeah.
Um, but everybody get 100. I treat everybody the same no matter what, because I don't want to mess up something that probably was supposed to be alignment to me, and I assume that they was doing something wrong, and then I treat them wrong. So I get everybody 100, but then I start watching to see behaviors and actions and patterns. Patterns is important, y'all, even in your relationship and dating. I look at patterns, actions, and behaviors, and that's how I start seeing who for me and who not, honestly.
That's powerful. And I wish we could spend more time. We could go a little bit over, y'all, but I got a 7 o'clock meeting.
Oh my God, 7 o'clock, that fast.
Yeah, man, time is gone. We didn't even get to your PowerPoint, but that's all right.
That's
We got it
okay.
next week.
Yep,
This
I
was a
love you
great
guys.
session.
Speak up, talk to people you trust. It's okay. Don't be ashamed. People go through it. It's life. That's what we here for, to connect. Love y'all. Send me topics what y'all want for next week. And keep me in prayer.
Yeah, thank you, Miss England.
All right, love y'all. Bye-bye.
Y'all, another powerful Winning Wednesday session. Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Man, I miss being in person with these sessions, yo. Y'all think Miss England deep over this live? Man, this ain't nothing compared to how we used to be in Bloomberg. But I do have a 7 o'clock meeting. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, y'all. I would have definitely let it go over at least like 5 or 10 minutes because this was just such a great conversation. But I'm about to go ahead and get to my money. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow on Success Sessions at 10 a.m. Or if you just on for Winning Wednesdays, I'll see you next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Good night, y'all.